Thank you, David. It's been a very interesting weekend learning more distinctions about pain, chronic pain, and different types. And we've seen how the neuropathic pain can be really quite debilitating. So there's a program that Mary MC and David have put together that I think is really quite interesting. To first set the stage here, you're looking at a situation where the prevalence of pain is affecting millions of folks. You can see the data here, 100 million, costing almost $600 billion in costs in the healthcare system. And of course, Mount Sinai is no stranger to this either in terms of having 700,000 outpatient visits. A lot of ED visits, many of which are probably preventable, are for chronic pain symptoms, and that patients are often dissatisfied with the level of the care that they have or the treatment programs. The diagnosis or the point of view that we're going to make today speaks to, and of course there's a number of solutions here, but what we're going to address is that the major obstacle to successful management of chronic pain has to do with inefficient or ineffective communications from the patient to the provider team. And we're going to, for the sake of this discussion, we're going to talk about it as it's not between the provider and the payer, it's actually from the patient to the provider. And the reason for that has to do with the patient's inability to articulate what it is that they're feeling in this matter of chronic conditions or chronic pain. So what we have developed is a way to address this communication challenge, and it's a combination of things. It's a mobile app that will be installed on mobile devices. It's supported by telemedicine, and also a communications protocol that is around the use of those tools. And that's designed to enhance the collaboration between the patients and their healthcare teams. The purpose, of course, is to improve the management of chronic pain so that the outcomes are improved and that cost is lowered. And we believe that the way to deliver this is actually not through consumer apps, because there's a dime a dozen of health apps, but really it's to partner with health systems and providers and also maybe health plans to disseminate the app that accompanies the tools to their patients. And we can see some value creation here. The service components of what we're talking about have a strong patient tracking monitoring through questionnaires that are available through the app. And then all that information through a very visually friendly approach with the patient is the data is fed into the EHR. When data points fall outside of the norms, then telemedicine intervention can be done through a tablet or other means. Access to patient data is very important so that the patient and the provider team can be able to see the common information. There's other modules here which we can talk about at another time, but we're focusing in. So here's the interface itself. It's, again, very visually oriented, and the idea being it's a touch point deal where you can blow up the activity or blow up the area in the body that is being affected, and when you point to the toes or the ankles or whatever, it's automatically paired with data that's sent to the EHR. And likewise, all of it is a touch point series of questions and answers that allow the patient to very clearly articulate what exactly it is that they're experiencing with their pain. This is an interface of what the healthcare team sees. And again, it's just a representation of the data outputs that are there. The business model at this point, as I mentioned, it's a B2B strategy. That means business to business. It's not consumer or B2C. It's setting up partnerships with health systems and plans to make the solution available to their patients or their members. We believe the business can scale greatly when plugged in with the EHR systems and other infrastructure support tools, and that it is able to support a large volume of patients on a customized care basis. At this point, because it's early, we're thinking the revenue model is around licensing the service with recurring revenues around ongoing support. And that is our presentation. 30 seconds, okay.
How are you managing or measuring their pain? Are you using disability indexes? Is it a questionnaire? Is it some devices on the patient?
Yeah, so we actually have, I didn't show this, there's actually a questionnaire we put together here with a bunch of questions around clarifying the points of pain and the duration, the intensity, and so on. And so the patient will be able to elaborate through the survey that can be developed by the care team as well as other experts in the field with that. So,
Just one question for you and for all of the teams. Tell us what stage of development you are in. So I think this is an unmet need, and you have the design of it. Have you gone further, and what are your next plans to go for the next steps so we can also pool our resources?
We're in the process of developing a prototype to use as a basis for pitching to investors.
Great, thank you.
right.